find the solution for that or not. Okay. So all these are comes under the calculation part. Okay. So today I will discuss about descriptive. Today's our topic is about hypothesis testing. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis.
What your question is? Hypothesis.
Hypothesis?
No, sir. What is your query? Hypothesis you are asking.
Yes. What you are going to do with your research?
Hypothesis means some assumptions and positive aspects. Thoughts.
Yeah, it may be true or false. Maybe it may be correct or not. So when you decide this true or false, so after conclusion of your calculations, okay, by doing some statistical procedure, following statistical procedure, we'll whether to accept that question hypothesis or reject. So there is only two options. Either you have to accept or reject. Both I will accept off and reject off. So there is no chance. Only either you have to accept or reject. Okay. So you did some calculations, right? Some quantitative data entry, quantity, the numbers, and you have to do some calculations. So if it is simply doing, for example, I want to find the average of your classroom, average age group of your classroom. So I will write all your ages.
Total number of students divided by total number
the
divided
total
by
number of
students.
Student number of, so all the ages by total number of students. So I will get a age, average age, right? This is simply just okay. The average classroom age about 25 years or 26 years, like, or 30 years. 30 years is the average age of journalism classroom. Okay. This is called descriptive statistics. So you are describing the data. So not your from this data you are not inferring the others. Okay, based on this data, I can tell that all the students of Ambedkar University is the 25 years age, average age. So I am not doing that. Just I'm confined to journalism department, and so based on your data, I am describing that it is the 25 years age. The average classroom student's age is 25 years. So another type of hypothesis testing is inferential statistics. The inferential statistics, so you have a data, so you gathered some journalism department, okay, and some data from other department. Based on this data, okay, you did some calculations and you are inferring. That means you are applying all the entire to Ambedkar University. Got it? So if you confine to your data only, that is descriptive. Based on your data, so you are telling the describing the situation. So it may be data or situation or anything. Okay, but if it is a applicable or inferring to others, large data, you have a small sample. Based on this sample, so you are, so I can tell that, so average age group of Ambedkar University is 25 years based on your sample. Okay, got it? So I have a small data. Okay, I have small data. So
sir, good afternoon,
I have a good afternoon. Small data. based on that data, I'm finding that, okay, total class age of average age of classroom is 25 years of journalism. So based on that data, so I'm confining to that only. That is called descriptive statistics. Any number, take any number, so you confine to that. But for example, I want to find out the average age of all the students of Ambedkar University. Is it possible to go and get the uh, data of each and every student, and based on that I can calculate? But it is not possible. Instead of that, I choose some sample, okay, with strict rigorous methods of statistical tools, and I collect and I calculate the data, and based on that I will applicable it to the entire Ambedkar University. That is inferential statistics. Got it? In a simple words. Otherwise, got it or not? Guys. So for this descriptive statistics, we use mean, median, mode. Okay, like this one, inferential, for inferential, this one. So we use chi-square test, and there are different tests, T test, P test. There are a lot of techniques. Even I'm not used in my their career. These things, there are different. So based on, so when to use these techniques means based on your data. So you are not going to use every test in your dissertation or your thesis. If you are doing a PhD, even though you may not use all these tests, based on data, based on your data, based on your uh, assumption, hypothesis. Based on that, you will choose your test, whether differential statistics or inferential statistics, descriptive statistics or inferential statistics. Okay, I hope you understand this basic in a simple words. I'm not using any technical this one, so I'm just explaining what is the differential descriptive and inferential statistics. There are different statistics in a inferential. So there are two types again. One is parametric, another one is a non-parametric. So based on this bell curve, actually I am not using this bell curve in. So based on your data, if the data, okay. So if you open your textbook, there's called a testing hypothesis, how parametric and bell-shaped curve and a non-parametric curve. Okay, so data, if it is a bell-shaped curve, so you use parametric. If you data gives is like a non-parametric curve, like a different curve. Again, you take, so based on your data only. Okay, so so I'm giving a brief introduction of all these testing tools. So there in the parametric, there are tests like a t-test, pair t-test, z-test, f-test, ANOVA, ANCOVA, MANOVA, MANCOVA. These are there are others also, but dominantly this test will be used. So what is the t-test? T-test is used to compare two groups. So one group is this, another group is this. So you compare both its mean difference. So what is the mean? Mean, average. Okay, average. So based on this first group average and second group average, you compare, and that is called a t-test. So there are simple t-tests. Whether if your hypothesis is correct as you assume. So if it is whatever hypothesis, for example, my hypothesis average age of journalism classroom is 25 years. If I get the same age, Okay, my hypothesis, null hypothesis, there is a called two types of hypothesis. Either you have to accept one is null hypothesis, another one is alternate hypothesis or researcher hypothesis. So null or alternative, you remember this one. Null hypothesis use H and 0 in the side, super subscript. Use subscript, it is called H naught. So H and a subscript of 1, it is called alternate hypothesis. So if your hypothesis and results are equal, so your hypothesis is accepted. So null hypothesis is rejected. Okay, but your findings and your assumption are different. Okay, null hypothesis accepted, alternative hypothesis are rejected. Got it, guys? Only two types of hypothesis will be there. One is null hypothesis, another one is alternate hypothesis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If your statistical mean, your hypothesis mean is accepted, that means your finding and your hypothesis is same. So what does it mean? The same. So accepted. So that accepted means, so null hypothesis is rejected. Alternate hypothesis is accepted. So either you have to accept or reject. So only two types. Remember this one. Okay. If you data is correct and your hypothesis is correct, so you need to reject your null hypothesis. Okay. And these are the tests. There are parametric test and non-parametric test. So we are not have any data. So to calculate and to show how this ANOVA is working, how ANACOVA and MANCOVA are working. So just go through this test and definitions. Okay. So I'm not going to discuss detailed in a statistical manner. Just I'm giving a brief introduction of all these things. So there are non-parametric tests also. In this, chi-square test, regression test, Friedman test, Mann-Whitney test, and Wilcoxon signed rank test, Kushal-Wallis test. These are the non-parametric. Okay. So remember all these things. Just descriptive statistics, non-inferential. Okay. Hypothesis. Two types of hypothesis. One is a null hypothesis, another one is alternate hypothesis. Okay. Another example in this chapter. So if you have research, even so, seniors also may not use all these things. Okay. So understand what is the null hypothesis? So give an example. If there is no difference, null hypothesis explain that there is no difference between your hypothesis and your result. So there is a difference on alternate hypothesis. But if there is a difference between your hypothesis and results, there is an alternate hypothesis. Okay, if there is no difference, it is a null hypothesis. Okay, that is what about testing of hypothesis. So for that, we use descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. In the inferential, we have a parametric and non-parametric. There are parametric, there are t-test, double t-test, z-test. In the non-parametric, there are chi-square test, Kushal non. What is that? There are different types. So only we use only chi-square test and t-test. Okay. So they are different based on your requirement. Use different parametric and non-parametric statistics. This is how we test hypothesis. So they given just formula and it's definition in your textbook. So I'm not going to give a detail and wasting time. So another main important task. Okay, we need to complete your syllabus today. So that I'm giving a brief introduction to all these topics. Okay, guys, following?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So another topic, major topic in. So you are about to complete your research, right? So in this, you should follow some ethics while conducting a research, while writing a research, while presenting a research. Okay. First, you have a idea. So you want to do a research, whether it is your own or you copied somewhere. So by reading or looking at other species, just you simply copy and do it as your. It is unethical. Okay. Either if you want you want to do a research in a particular way, particular manner. For that, okay, you are using others' style. That means somebody did a research. For example, somebody did a research on TRP rates of Telugu news channels. TRP ratings. How TRP ratings are impacting the advertisements. This is a research topic. So somebody did a research on TRP ratings and advertisements. So you just copy as it is and change the somebody. So sorry, for example, sorry, this research done in the uh, some other state like Bombay, Maharashtra. Okay, but you copied the same thesis and you changed it as a Telugu channels. Okay, this is the one type of plagiarism, and this is the one type of unethical practice. Okay, if you are following, okay, somebody did a research on TRP and advertisement relation. So you just copy. So just tell that, okay, that this particular person did a research on TRP and advertisement relation in Maharashtra. So based on that, I'm doing this research in a Telugu states and comparing the Telugu channels TRP and its impact on advertisements. So you need to mention so where you are copying. So instead of that, somebody just copy and claim it as a his own. It is unethical. Okay, are you following? One of the whatever the different ethics you should follow. So while also sometimes you want to collect the data. Okay, you want to collect their mental and personal relationship with the others, personal relationships. Okay, so instead of that, just you hide your intention and getting the information from the respondents. It is also unethical. So you tell that, so we are I am a research scholar, or I'm doing my PG, so I want to know the details. Okay, are you interested? Are you like to give your opinion? Take a consent. Instead of that, so and go and hide your intention, and okay, we are just collecting for this purpose. Instead of that, you are doing it for another purpose. So take a consent. Without consent, so it is unethical. Okay, and sometimes, so recently one student came to my office and she want to collect so it is the personal questions. So all the questions related to personal. Okay, but she's asking name of the respondent, age and gender, all this information. So the questions look like a very personal. Okay. So if I write my name, my age, my gender, and tick all the questions. So based on that questionnaire, you can assess my character, my mental status, okay, everything, my behavior, everything. So that's why the research, for example, if you are a researcher, okay, so based on that, you won't use the name as a personal name. So to tell that, so in my research, this Dr. Ramaswamy said, so his behavior is like this. So his opinion is on this particular topic is like this. So you should not reveal, maintain the anonymity. Okay, some X, some Y, some respondent. Guys, following. So you should maintain the confidentiality of the person, respondent, usually respondent. So if they collect 10 or 20 people of your classroom, and by looking at and distributing among yourself and showing that, okay, this person have this type of mentality, so this type of behavior, okay, so you are revealing it to all others. It is unethical. Okay, so that's why it's one of the, and uh, while doing the research, you should maintain the objectivity. Objectivity means, so you have your personal opinion, okay, I have your personal, it may be you are biased to your community, your religion, your area, whatever it may be, okay, but while doing your research, you should forget all your personals. As a researcher, you collect, you should not show any bias to, while collecting the data, while doing the research, while entering. Some people do unethical uh, practice, like they collect 10 people, okay, they said that I collected 25 people, respondents, and they make it as a duplicate, okay? They make it as a double. Instead of collecting the 25 people, they just collect 10 12 people and make it as a double, make it double, and claim that, so we are collected 25 people. It is also unethical. Okay, so while objectivity means, well, you are doing a research, so you should forget all your bias. So you focus only what is the question, what they are answering. So record as it is. Okay. Sometimes you may feel that, okay, this is not related to my topic. Okay. This is against my assumption, hypothesis. So I won't record this answer. Whichever suitable to my hypothesis, I will only write that. This is also happens in data collection. But you should make it as an objective. Objectivity, what is objectivity? So whatever they tell, whatever they give the information, you write it, or you can do it in your research. So whether it may suit to your hypothesis or not. So give the details. Okay, based on that only you present your research. Okay,
Okay,
guys,
sir.
following.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
okay, date while collecting the data also, not just collecting the data. While so another point is while entering the data. So sometimes you want a 50-50% men and women data, but you collected only 90% of your respondents were men. So only 10% are 10 people. Actually, you want 100 people, 100 people's data. So you collected data, but you want 50 women and 50 men. Instead of that, you collected only 90 men and 10 women's data. So you make it as a 40 men people as a woman, change the gender and calculate. So this is also happens in when research is conducting. So you should not do this. All this, these are all comes under the ethics. So maintain the integrity, and you can also integrity means when you have a particular data, you make it as a whatever the result is. So you proceed. Okay, which are suitable to your logic or your hypothesis. Okay, that some people while doing a research, they assume that so all the people who are studying in Ambedkar University are employees. This is its assumption. All the students who are joined, all the students joined in the Ambedkar University were employees. This is the assumption. So after finding his results, he came to know that only 70% are employees. Okay, but to make it as 100%, he hide this 30% data, and okay, I got 100% of data as a employees. Sometimes they add, sometimes they omit. This is also one of the practice doing in research. Okay, but this all you should avoid. So whenever you are taking a data, consent is a very important. Confidentiality and anonymity should be maintained. Remember this point. Confidentiality and anonymity is very important. Okay, so you should not reveal his name or whatever the personal details. Okay, confidential. So the make data is confidential to only researcher, not to others. And while publishing also should not reveal the name of the respondents. And you should take a consent. So whatever research purpose is yours, so tell them, okay, whether if they don't like, okay, leave them. So don't ask another question. So if they are not interested, okay. But instead of that, sometimes you can pressuring them, okay, do this, so tick this one, tick that one, okay, that will suit to my research. Okay, but their intention is different, their uh, assumption is different. So let them whatever they want to take. Okay. Another point is research misconduct is another thing. Fabricating data, that means instead of uh, getting hundred respondents, just getting 80 people and make it as 100. This is fabrication, fabricating the data, and falsification also. Okay, but you used only certain people and certain material or something. You want to claim it as a we used this or that. And plagiarism. Another of the main important is a plagiarism. Plagiarism is sometimes it may be self plagiarism or copy. Plagiarism means somebody did a research and somebody has his own idea. Okay, you just copying their idea and fit into your research and claiming that this is my idea. That is called plagiarism. Copyright. It's like a copying others' work. In a research, we call it as a plagiarism. Okay, so if you want to that quotation, so sometimes quotations also. So we copy somebody's quotation and claiming it as their own. Instead of that, take a quotation from others work or others quotation and make give a credentials. We call it as a credit. We should give a credit. So so and so said like this. If it is required for your research, if it is important for your research, so make that. So give a credit to the uh, that particular researcher. Okay, and another thing is another while publication also. For example, you and me combined did a one research. Okay, we both, you and me, did a one research. Okay, while so once research is done, so you don't need to keep it as yourself. So you need to publish. You need to tell the other world. So we did this research. We find out these findings. So to that, we need to publish your paper in a reputed journals, right? So for that, we both did a research. We both worked on hypothesis. We collected the data. We did the calculations. We did that. We write a report, and at the end, you are claiming that this is done by only me, so not this other person. By publishing also, claiming it as usually two authorship. One is you and one is me. But while publishing also, without the consent of, without knowledge of others, so if you publish in a journals, so this is also sometimes the research. Sometimes they fight for rights. So some cases also there. While somebody is both doing, and due to some differences between the researchers, and they publish their own. Okay, claiming that all the work is done by me only. Okay, authorship, one is authorship, another plagiarism. Another one is peer review. Peering means, so I done a research and I submit to the others. So it may be others. So for you, for example, I done a research and I will give it to you. Please check my thesis whether it is correct or not, properly written or properly presented or not. Okay. Somebody, what happens? Sometimes if you give it for a review, so they take the essence of your thesis and publish their own. Okay, this is also happened in so many cases. What is that? So taking others' research and claiming it as my own research. So like peer reviewing. Okay, while submitting, so you need to submit for a peer review. Okay, so the reviewer should give his own exact opinion. Okay, and another one is predatory journals. There are journals. So, for example, you done a research. These research should be published in a reputed journals. If it is a care listed or EBS the Scopus, these are some of the standardized journals. Journals mean journals agents. So the star ratings and ratings. So all these related to ratings. So if your research is published in a Scopus indexed journal, so that gives it is a pure research. So it is genuine research. It is a valid research. Instead of that, so there are duplicate journals that is called predatory journals. So they claim it as a, for example, so if you observe, usually this happens in bus stands and water bottles. See, it looks like a same Kinley water bottle. Its labeling, its water bottle style, physical structure, everything looks like the words Kinley. Kinley spelling is Kinnley, right? Kinley. Okay. So instead of that, they have a bottle Kinely, Kinele. It looks like a same. Okay, its appearance, its bottle style, its color, everything. Spelling is so words also same, but there is some difference. Original Kinle, this Kinle. So same way in a journals also. So the name is look like the same. Some there are some standard journals. which if you publish your journal, your article in research in that particular journal, you have a standardized research anamata. You done a standard research. So same predator journals, same look like a original journal, but there is a small difference, small spelling or something. Claim it as it is the original one. So you should aware of these predator journals. Okay. So I got the example of Kinley water bottle. So it is not Kinley, it is a Kinelli. So, but it looks like a same like a Kinley water bottle. So same happens in a research papers also, research journals also. Instead of Nature, Nature is one of the repeated journal. Nature, Nature. But instead of Nature, Natures, Natures is another journal. It is called Predator Journal. It is not a original Nature. It is some, they add some S. So, but it looks like a original journal, but it's a duplicate. It is a Predator Journal. Okay. And there are also different types of reports, report writing. Why we write a report? Usually, why we write report? You are doing your research, right? Why should you write? And report. So one purpose is to get the degree. First, you want to complete your PG in journalism. So that shows you have some basic knowledge of research. That research is, so your dissertation shows that you have some knowledge, research knowledge. Okay, there are different types of reports. Whether you are writing it for your academic purpose, or market research, or commission report, or fact-finding research report. What is the purpose? Okay, there are 6 different types of reports. One need assessment report. What is the need assessment? The name indicates. Name tells that. So there is a requirement. So you need to assess whether this is required or not. So, for example, government want to initiate one welfare program. Okay, I'm giving a small example, general example, not from your textbook. So whether they want to find this scheme is required or not. Before launching the scheme, they will assess, they will do some research and write a report. That is called a need assessment report. Okay. Remember, this is before the actual project. Adi, important. Need assessment, whether this project is required, need or not. Another one is evaluation report. What is evaluation? Evaluating. You are evaluating means once the program was initiated, whether this program is meeting its needs or requirements or not. You are evaluating. You are finding whether this is whether this data report. So it shows 90% of data. So evaluation after initiating your project. So evaluating whether this program is meeting its intended needs or not. So that is evaluation. And another one is fact-finding research. Fact-finding is, so there is a Manipur violence. One team goes there and assess the original situation. That is called a fact-finding. So there are different fact-finding teams. When there is a encounter, one team goes and really this is happened or not. Whether it's an encounter or gunfire between 2 groups, or intentionally they fired at each other, fired at this innocent person. So this fact-finding team will establish whether this is true or false. Another one is committee report or commission report. We are all aware of this Sri Krishna Committee report. So before the formation of Telangana state, invite the different persons, stakeholders, and they make it as a report. So why I'm hurry up is my data is only 95% is left. Only 95%, 5% is left. Okay, I'm hurrying up. And another one is market research. So trend. So trend, how whether this intended product will survive in the market or not. Another one is academic report. Academic report is, so like for your PG, sometimes you do it for your MPhil or PhD. So this ultimate goal of this report is to get a degree and is to showcase your subject knowledge. Okay. So very important thing is, so components. What are the components in a writing? So this, remember this point. This is a very important question, I think. What are the components? Components in a writing report.
అంటే ఏం సార్ అది? అంటే ఏం సార్ అది?
అర్థం
అది మీరు అన్నారు కదా కోపనెంట్స్ అని, అంటే ఏంది దాని మీనింగ్? మీరు ఇప్పుడు కోపైలట్ అని అన్నారు కదా సార్, దేనికి? ఇప్పుడు
కాంపోనెంట్స్
అదే కాంపోనెంట్స్ అంటే దేనికి యూజ్ చేస్తారు సార్ అని అడుగుతుంది.
నీ వాయిస్ మొత్తం బ్రేక్ అయితే నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు.
శిరీష నువ్వు ఒకసారి చెప్పవా
సార్? కాంపోనెంట్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అని అడుగుతున్నాడు సార్.
కాంపోనెంట్సా? కాంపోనెంట్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు రిపోర్ట్ రాస్తామా? సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద కాంపోనెంట్స్ అంటే అందులో ఏమేమి ఉండాలి? ఓకే, సో యు ఆర్ రైటింగ్ రీసెర్చ్, రైట్? యు ఆర్ రైటింగ్ రీసెర్ch, your dissertation. So it should have a first introduction. It should have a first title. So your problem, issue, your what is called? So your title of your problem.
కొంచెం క్లియర్ గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది సార్.
First introduction. So first you have a title. So first in the first pages you should
project
have a
report.
project report. Project report కి ఏమేమి components ఉంటాయి? Project report లో ఏమేమి components ఉంటాయి అంటే you should have a
introduction, తర్వాత review of literature, methodology, ఆ
yes,
తర్వాత data
yes,
collection,
all
ఆ తర్వాత
these things.
description, summary, ఆ తర్వాత bibliography, ఆ తర్వాత appendix.
Yes, these are the components. Okay, introduction you should have, and review of literature or previous work, and methodology. What methodology you are going? Methodology you are
data
doing.
collection.
Okay, data collection method. What method you are using? Data collection. What is the data? And based on that data, you do some calculations. Key findings. And
Yes,
then
sir.
you have a
Conclusion. Seventh one వచ్చేసి
conclusion. You should have a conclusion.
Yes,
No.
sir.
Before that, after conclusion, you should have some suggestions. Okay, you should suggest something, no? So I find out this. So if you want to improve, please follow these suggestions. You should give some suggestions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what are the references? So you should give a conclusion also.
Yes,
so
sir.
based on my findings, I am concluding.
Sir, conclusion and
this
discussion, summary, both are there in chapter 7th, 6th.
End chapter, end sum. Achieve 6th chapter, or you can make it a separate chapter also. Whatever, based on your possibility. For example, conclusion 2 pages and suggestion 2 pages. Out of 2 pages of chapter, you can combine both, and conclusion to suggestions you can make it a single chapter. Okay.
And bibliography.
Then you should give a bibliography or references.
Yes,
where
sir.
you get the data.
Appendix.
Okay. Appendix. What is your questionnaire? Okay.
Okay.
Where are the other sources?
సార్ ఇందులో మెథడాలజీలోనే మనం టూల్స్ ఆఫ్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ రాయాలనా సార్? ఏమేమి టూల్స్ వాడుతున్నాం, అంటే సర్వే ఎలా చేస్తున్నాము ఏంటనేది అవన్నీ మనము
మెథడాలజీ రాయాలి. మెథడాలజీలోనే
మెన్షన్ చేయాలి.
You should write in a methodology. Okay. Methodology indicates that how you are going to do. అంటే ఎలా చేస్తున్నాం?
So as a interview, as a survey, as a scale, which type of scale you have to use.
everything you should mention in the methodology.
మెథడాలజీ.
Okay, then
డేటా కలెక్షన్ వచ్చేసి
at the end,
ఉన్నటువంటి డాటాని అంటే అంటే ఎలా అంటే ఏజ్ గ్రూప్ పర్టికులర్ అంటే ర్యాండమ్లీ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటున్నామా, ఎలా చూస్ చేసుకున్నాం అనేది అవన్నీ
yes,
మొత్తం డేటా
everything. Okay. Let them all others can respond. Okay, guys, any doubts? These are the references.
I'm clear, sir.
You need to attach appendix. So actually, this is the last class. So maybe you have any doubts related to your research project. So Amjad, wait
sir.
for some time. Some others can raise their questions. Any problems even unte you can ask while writing your research, while writing your dissertation. So you will get a compulsory question. What is the
సార్ ఒక చిన్న డౌట్ సార్. సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఇంటర్వ్యూ టైప్ సర్వే ఉంటే దాన్ని క్వాంటిటివ్ అంటారా సార్? దాన్ని
ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయితే క్వాలిటేటివ్,
అదర్వైజ్ సర్వే అయితే దాన్ని క్వాంటిటివ్ అంటారు.
క్వాంటిటేటివ్, yes. Numbers, if numbers matters, it is a quantity. If it is a limited numbers but you are looking for the quality of data, so it comes under the qualitative. Okay, guys, any doubts meeku emana unte regarding your dissertations? Chari garu, Sridhar Gaud, Shiva Kumar, Raghu, Sirisha, Nadia, Ramakrishna, Nikhil.
No doubt, sir. I am Sridhar Gaud.
sir.
You are doing your research, right? Sridhar Gaud, you are doing your research kada? You research chestu kada?
Yes.
Project report.
Project
report lo use
project report lo you should compare,
ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్
include all these
చేయాలంటే ఇవన్నీ
components.
కావాలి మనకి. ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయాలంటే ఇవన్నీ కావాలి మనకి.
శ్రీధర్ గారు, ఇప్పుడు మీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ రిపోర్ట్ లో ఇవన్నీ ఉండాలి. ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ ఉండాలి, రివ్యూ ఆఫ్ లిటరేచర్, మెథడాలజీ, ఫైండింగ్స్, సజెషన్స్, కన్క్లూజన్స్, రెఫరెన్సెస్ ఆర్ బిబ్లియోగ్రఫీ, అండ్ అట్ ద ఎండ్ అపెండిక్స్. అపెండిక్స్ అంటే ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ యూస్డ్ క్వశ్చనర్ అనుకోండి, అటాచ్ ద సేమ్ క్వశ్చన్.
సార్ కి డేటా అయిపోయినట్టుంది.
क्या हुआ?
సార్ ది డేటా అయిపోయినట్టుంది. ఎగ్జిట్ అయిపోయారు.
డేటా అయిపోయిందా లేకపోతే నెట్వర్క్?
డౌట్స్ ఉంటే
లేదు
Doubt ఉంటే
డేటా
అడగచ్చు కదా.
అయిపోతుందని చెప్పారు కదా.
అవునవును. ఓకే, అయినా
First
అయిపోయింది కదా.
inform చేశారు కదా.
ప్రాజెక్ట్ రిపోర్ట్ ఎలా చేయాలో తెలుసు కదా మనకి. చాప్టర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఇంట్రొడక్షన్, రివ్యూ ఆఫ్
ఉంది
లిటరేచర్.
కదా శిరీష,
హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్
హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఉంది.
రీఛార్జ్ చేసుకొని చేస్తారు కావచ్చు.
లేదు, ఇంకా అయిపోయింది కదా. ఇంకా మనది సబ్జెక్ట్ మొత్తం కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది.
సార్ కి థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్దామని అంటే అవన్నీ లేదు. నేను అందుకే చెప్పేసిన, ఆయన ఏమైంది నేను చెప్పేసిన, సార్ అన్నారు ఇంకా కొంచెం టైం ఉంది కదా అన్నారు. ఓకే, నాదైతే అందిపోయింది, మీదే అందలే.
నువ్వు అన్నిటికీ ఫస్ట్ ఉంటావు కదా అమ్జద్, మేమే లాస్ట్.
ఫస్ట్ ఉండాలా? సుస్తు లెక్క కూర్చుంటారు. సార్ అడిగి శిరీష అంటే
అవును, మేము సార్ తోటి ఏం చెప్తాం చెప్పు. నువ్వు అంటే అడుగుతున్నావు కదా, మా డౌట్లన్నీ కూడా నువ్వే అడిగేస్తున్నావు.
अरे फिर अमजद को ऐसे थे डाउट आना तुम लोगों को, उतने डाउट नहीं है, दिमाग ही नहीं है तुम
మేము
लोगों को.
క్వశ్చన్ బ్యాంక్ లం కాదు నీలాగా.
फिर पूछे से वाले को की उंगलियां करते रहते तुम लोग.
కాదు కానీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఎట్లా చేయాలో అడగాల్సింది అందరూ.
అయ్యో ఏం లేదా మీ అక్క లేదు కదా ఇందులో?
మాకు లేదా?
మీ అక్క వెళ్ళిపోయింది.
లేదు కానీ ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఎవరైనా చేయించే వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా మనీ తీసుకొని అని చెప్పి అది అడిగేది ఉండే.
నో
మనమే చేయాలి, సొంతంగా చేయాలి.
మన సొంతంగా చేయాలి. అప్పుడు చేస్తేనే కదా దీని ఫలితం. యాక్చువల్లీ అయితే నేను అనుకున్నా సెమిస్టర్ 1 నుంచే ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ పెడితే బాగుంటది అనేసి.
సార్ మీరు ఏదైనా అడగాలంటే అమ్జద్ కి తెలుసు, ఇంత ముందు ఇప్పుడు డబుల్ పీజీ చేస్తున్నట్టున్నారు.
నేను ఆల్రెడీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేసినా కాబట్టి
చేస్తారు కదా, అందుకే చెప్తున్నా అమ్జద్ నువ్వు చేస్తావని.
చేసినా కదా. మళ్ళీ మొన్న మనం వెళ్ళాం కూడా కదా ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్లాస్ కి, అది మన వర్క్ షాప్.
నీ పైన చాలా బరువు బాధ్యతలు ఉన్నాయి. మా అందరి 8 మెంబర్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఉన్నాం, మా అందరి ప్రాజెక్ట్ కూడా నువ్వే రెడీ చేసి ఇవ్వాలి.
ఎలా చేయాలో చెప్తా.
హెల్ప్ చేస్తాడు కానీ రాసి అవన్నీ చేస్తాడు. హెల్ప్ అయితే చేస్తాడు, ఎలా రాయాలి ఏంటి అనేది.
చేయడం ఒక్కసారి అర్థమైంది అనుకోండి, చాలా ఈజీ తెలుసా. చాలా అంటే చాలా ఈజీ. జస్ట్
అంతా
కొంచెం
తెలుసు
అంతా టైం
నాకు
కేటాయించాలి
చెప్పాం
అంతే.
నాకు అసలుకే తెలియట్లేదు.
రఘు సైలెంట్ గా ఉన్నాడు. శివకుమార్, హూ ఇస్ శివకుమార్? శివకుమార్ ఆల్సో సైలెంట్.
అయ్యో వీళ్ళ అక్క
రామ
ఉంటే చెప్తుండే.
రామకృష్ణ సైలెంట్ గా ఉన్నారు.
మా అక్క ఉంటే, మా అక్క కాదు మా చెల్లి కదా. మా అక్క ఎవరు?
ఓకే గైస్, ఐఎమ్ లీవింగ్. బై బై.
ఓకే
సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
బాయ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ బాయ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. వి విల్ మీట్ ఆన్ ఎగ్జామ్ వైవా ప్రాజెక్ట్ క్లాస్.
వైవా కదా, ఎగ్జామ్లు లేవా?
నువ్వైతే
ఎగ్జామ్లలో
వైవాలో
కాలేవా?
క్వశ్చన్లు వేస్తావు.
వైవాలో అయితే అందరు దొరుకుతారు.
వైవాలో వాళ్ళకే నువ్వు రివర్స్ క్వశ్చన్లు వేస్తావు. సరే శిరీష,
ఓకే, ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతున్నా నేను కూడా.
నేను కూడా
మీ ఇద్దరికి పని పాట ఏముండదా? నదియా
పనులు ఉన్నాయి అనేసి ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాం అనుకున్నాను. మీకు లేవు కదా, బ్రేక్ ఇచ్చినారు కదా, మాకు బ్రేక్ అన్నా వచ్చింది కదా.
అందులో ఛార్జింగ్ పెట్టేస్తే అయిపోయింది.
ఛార్జింగ్ అన్న పెడతాం కదా.
లేదు మరి మెట్లే.
హలో నాకు వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తలేదు. ఎవరైనా మాట్లాడు.
యా మిస్టర్ రఘు అమ్జద్.
సార్
ఓకే, రామస్వామి సార్ హాస్ జాయిన్డ్.
ఏమన్నారు?
సార్
రామస్వామి సార్ జాయిన్ అయ్యిండు మాటల లెక్చర్ కొనసాగుతుంది. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్.
No?
Sir, I didn't understand what.
కనిపిస్తుంది కదా? ఓకే. సమ్ టైమ్స్ అంటే డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది, కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది, డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది, కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే గైస్, మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? సో లెఫ్ట్ ఆల్రెడీ అమ్జద్ అండ్ రఘు, రామకృష్ణ, శివ, నిఖిల్.
ఎస్ సార్, ఇందాకే ఉన్నారు సార్. శిరీష వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడే వెళ్ళారు సార్. శిరీష వాళ్ళు శిరీష నదియా సార్ ఆరేమో అనుకోని ఇప్పుడే వెళ్ళారు.
ఓకే, లేదు యాక్చువల్గా అది డేటా సిగ్నల్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉండి డేటా
చెప్పారు. మీరు ఇందాక కూడా చెప్పారు కదా సార్. నేను అందుకని డేటా ఏమైనా అయిపోతుందేమో అనేసి అందుకే నేను మీకు థ్యాంక్స్ అందుకే చెప్పేసిన సార్ ముందు.
సరే సరే, ఓకే. నిఖిల్ అండ్ శివ, రామకృష్ణ, రఘు, రిగార్డింగ్ యువర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్.
Yes, sir.
మీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ గురించి
ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయని అడుగుతున్నారు.
ఇంకా అబౌట్ సబ్మిట్ చేయలేదు కదా, సబ్మిట్ చేయడానికి ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి. ఎట్లా ఎనీవే క్లాస్ సిలబస్ ఇస్ కంప్లీటెడ్, ఆల్మోస్ట్ 99% కంప్లీటెడ్ అయింది. సమ్ టాపిక్స్ మేబీ నాట్ కంప్లీట్ ప్రాపర్లీ, బట్
సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారా?
సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారా అంజద్?
ఓకే, వెళ్ళిపోయారు. బాయ్.
లేదు, మళ్ళీ వచ్చాను. అంటే కనెక్టర్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. చెప్పండి రఘు గారు, చెప్పండి మీకు డౌట్.
నథింగ్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. 2 సంవత్సరాలు మా కోసం
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
చాలా థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఆఫ్లైన్ లో కానివ్వండి, ఆన్లైన్ లో కానివ్వండి. నాకు మీకైతే తెలుసు కదా సార్, స్పెషల్ అందరికి వచ్చిన డౌట్లు అయితే ఎవరికి ఐ థింక్ రాలేదు అనుకుంటా సార్. మీరు నా ప్రతి ఒక్క డౌట్ ని క్లారిఫై చేశారు సార్. చాలా థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ for the last 2 years. So we enjoyed a lot.
Thank you very much sir. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, complete your PhD.
Nice sir. Thank you sir.
Okay, thank you.
First time. thank you guys, and we'll meet one day. Okay, so I'm leaving now. Okay, thank you. Join in the next class.
Okay, sir.